Hi you guys, it's Allie and welcome back. I feel like it's been a while. We are in June right now and I did not film a favorites video. So that is what we're doing today. Today we're going to be talking about what products I liked for the month of May. Now it did take me a little bit to really look and see what it was that I liked for the month of May. Just because honestly, the month was a blur. Like I had one day off. And I just felt like I used basically the same stuff over and over. But there are a couple of new things or things that I haven't really talked about in a while that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So first and foremost, I did want to talk about the face primer that I've been liking. And here's the thing. I've tried so many different primers and I'm still trying some. And some I like, some I hate, some I like but break me out. It's like a whole big mess. But the one primer that I forgot about and I went back to and I love is the MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance Base. And mine is in the yellow one. Yeah, I'm not sure how many times I've mentioned it, but for some reason when I do wear this, it really just does make the makeup last a little bit longer and just look better. I do like that it doesn't make me break out, which generally speaking, whenever I did use MAC face products, I would tend to break out as far as like foundation and stuff like that. But this does not bother my skin and it makes my makeup look really good. So yeah, I really love this primer. And for May, honestly, all the other primers just failed miserably, except for this one. Sticking with face, I do want to talk about this next thing. Now this is by Guerlain. This is Blanc de Pearl. Advanced White Pearl Drops. Basically, it's a whitening essence. First of all, I really love Guerlain products and I do have a ton of them. I don't really talk about it just because it is a higher price point, but I'm going to start talking about it more just because I have so much and I'm just like, why not share it, you know? First of all, I mean, I love the packaging. That's another thing about Guerlain is I'm such a sucker for packaging. I'm sweating. I'm sorry guys, it's hot in here and these lights are hot. So anyways, this is what it looks like. It comes with, you know, the little dropper and it smells so nice. I love it. It's like clean, really beautiful. Basically what I've been doing, going back to like how certain primers really just like broke me out terribly. Now I'm like medium skin tone. I'm not light and I'm not dark. I'm right in the middle, I'd like to say, maybe towards the lighter side. For some reason, like the pigmentation, anytime I get some sort of like acne or if I burn myself, like, hello. When I heal, basically, it just leaves dark spots. So I did break out and like around my cheek and my chin area, which I was freaking out because I never really break out in my chin area. But especially in my cheek, I don't know if you can still see it. I do have a little bit of the hyperpigmentation here. Once it was, you know, taken care of and settled down and like smooth again, it was still dark. So even if I took all my makeup off, it looked like I had blemishes there, but it was just the hyperpigmentation. It was just dark spots. So basically what I would do is I would just get a couple of drops of the whitening essence and kind of just like work it through, massage it through, put it on any sort of dark spots. And I actually might try it on these beautiful burn marks. I was cooking and I like reached over and the pan was hot. But I really like this and I have seen an improvement with the whitening. And it's not like a bleaching or anything like that. It just kind of like settles it down and just evens out the hyperpigmentation and the dark spots and all of that. So I really like it and I do love how it smells and it just makes me feel a little bit fancy at night when I put my little pearl drops on. But it's very beautiful. Also by Guerlain, I wanted to talk about this bronzer. For the month of May, I've been using the Terracotta Jolie Tint. Butchering everything. This is a natural healthy glow powder duo and I have it in 03 Natural Brunettes. So you guys can see it's like this really pretty bronzy color and then it's like a little crescent of this glowy peachy tone. It's really pretty and it smells like that. I think it's violet. That's that like signature Guerlain scent. It smells so nice. You know, I like that I've been using this, but the Guerlain products are so beautiful and sometimes it just hurts for me to use it. I'm like, no, you're so pretty, but I gotta use you. You know, the little G's are going away, but I love the G's obviously because of my last name. They're so pretty, but I've been using this like alone sometimes. Yeah, you can't really tell. It's definitely like warmer, but it's not like orangey. And then you can mix it with this peachy shade. Now what I like about this, it's like very subtle, to be honest. Like you really probably can't even see where I swatched it. Sometimes I like to use the bronze part alone. Sometimes I kind of just like scoop in that little crescent part and use that, or I'll just swirl it all together, and it does give like a nice glow. It adds a little bit of warmth to your skin, a little bit of depth, and yeah, again, anytime I use a Girl On product, I'm just like, oh, fancy. Sometimes I'll use this on a day that I'm not doing anything, and I'm just like, why did I do that? I don't have this on today because today was one of those days that I didn't do anything, so I'm like, I'm not going to use my Fancy Pants products, but I do love this. So the next thing I'm going to talk to you about is a hair mask, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, but it is the Pro Fiber Recover Hair Mask. I may have mentioned the shampoo and conditioner or the shampoo and the mask. I don't remember, honestly, and quite frankly, I didn't want to like look through my videos. I'm sorry if this is a duplicate, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I actually do have a Pro Fiber video coming out soon. I will leave the link to that below for whenever it's ready. It's a long video. I might actually break it up in 2 parts. I'm not sure, but just keep an eye out for that if you do want to learn more about the L'Oreal Pro Fiber line. But I have the Recover Mask. It's for very damaged hair. My hair is very damaged. Basically, I'm not going to speak so much into it because the video that I have coming is going to be very informative in my opinion. But what I love about this mask is it's very rich, but it doesn't leave like a film in your hair. Your hair still feels like light and airy. So that's what it looks like. So you can see it's a very thick mask, and it smells like candy. It's so good. It's like a light purple shade. I like it. The whole line smells delicious, but I remember the first time I used the actual mask, I took a scoop and I put it in my hair and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like just smelling it because it smelled like candy, and I like those sweet scents personally. I don't remember exactly what's in it. I think it's some sort of like vanilla or warmer scents, but it does smell like candy. I have noticed a difference with using this. I do treatments regularly and I use masks regularly, so I've been using this on a regular basis for May, and I will continue using this. I have a couple more things. The next thing I want to talk about is this Pore Perfecting Toner. Now, this is just by CVS. It's just like the generic brand. Now, I have been using this towards the later half of May, so I'm kind of like cheating by talking about it, but I wanted to mention it. So this has natural witch hazel in it. It's oil-free, it's non-drying for all skin types, paraben-free, no artificial fragrance or dyes, conditions pores and gently removes dirt, oil, and makeup. Use it after you wash your face, or you can use it to like prep it before you do a treatment. My esthetician, Maria, who's like amazing, she was talking to me about like different types of products and stuff like that, and I did pick up a couple of products that I'm going to talk about in a future video, probably, I'm sure. But I was talking to her about like toners and stuff like that, and she was very honest with me, and she told me, why don't you just go and try like a witch hazel toner and see how you like that. And I took her recommendation because she's my buddy and she's my esthetician, and so I got this one just because I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna get the generic version, who cares, see how I like it. I might like it, I might hate it, but this was a big old bottle and it was like the same price as another thing that was like a quarter of this size. Back when, you know, my skin was going crazy from that stupid primer, I went and got a facial and she took care of my skin, and I was still using this. And I went home and I did use this regularly, and I noticed a really quick difference. I think I've mentioned this in so many videos before, but I'm kind of like very up and down with my skin. Like I'm very strict, and I have like this whole routine and stuff like that, and then I just like completely slack off. It's hard for me to kind of like find a middle ground, which might be better to find a middle ground and be more consistent, but I'm kind of just like very up and down. So I've been kind of up after my skin freaked out, and I really do like this toner. The only thing that I'm trying not to like tell myself every time I use it, but for some reason, okay, I'm not crazy about the smell. I can get past it because I'm like, it's effacing. And then I put like moisturizers that smell really nicely over it. but for some reason it kind of, sort of, and I don't want to ruin this for me or for anyone else, but it kind of reminds me of some sort of tequila, and I can't put my finger on it, but I personally like tequila. Just like random side note, I like margaritas, so I don't want this to ruin my margaritas, you know, like kind of, or if I smell this, I think of tequila, or if I drink tequila, I think of this, you know what I mean? It doesn't smell exactly like it, but it's just something about it reminds me of it. Okay. That being said, that just smelled like tequila. Anyway, but it's really not that bad, the smell. You just kind of, I get a cotton pad and I wipe it, and it just makes my skin feel real nice. And I do feel like it just helps kind of like pull the dirt and oil from your skin. Okay, one last thing I want to talk about, and it is very random, but I wanted to mention it. And it is actually the good old power bar. I know, so random, right? So I've been trying to be better and like back on track with like working out and eating right and stuff like that. I was slacking big time for a while. If you know me personally, I do love to work out. Like, it's not just one of those like, oh my God, I'm working out for the summer. No, like I really thoroughly enjoy working out. I love being an active person and I feel great when I work out. It's not just to look good. It's like about feeling good for me. But it is a little bit tricky when it comes to eating and food, because I love food, and I was one of those girls that I could eat everything, but I'm talking about like bad, like junk. Like I would come home and have literally a giant plate full of Oreos and Chips Ahoy, and I would arrange it every other one. Oreos, Chips Ahoy, Oreos, Chips Ahoy, Oreo, Chips Ahoy, a glass of milk in the middle of, put it on like a little rest thing, and have milk and cookies every day after school, make myself a sandwich, have a bag of potato chips, drink a cup of coffee, go to my job, come back home, have another quick snack, go to cheerleading practice, come back, have more quick snacks, no, have dinner and then more quick snacks, and like a late night snack. And I was tiny. I was never like scrawny, but I was always petite. And I'm not saying by any means that I'm like big or fat or whatever. And you know what? If you are, whatever, it doesn't matter. Me personally, I like keeping myself like fit and tight and like just in shape. So it's not about like being skinny or anything. I just like feeling healthy and like feeling tight, you know? But with all that being said, I actually never had the power bar, and you know, you always hear, oh, just grab a power bar, but this actually tastes really, really good. There are some protein bars and stuff like that are just kind of like, ugh, like not good. I like taste, and this, honestly, I have it in the vanilla. It's probably my favorite one. This is really, really tasty. Like, looking at this, I want to eat it, but I'm not going to eat it because I just had dinner. And that's another thing. This is like kind of like a meal. I'm not going to get into like the health parts, but like, I'm not saying just have 3 of these a day. Like, no, I have little meals every 3 hours, or I try at least. But it has 20 grams of protein. Let's see the nutrition facts. 5 grams of fat. There's 3 grams of saturated fat, 27 carbs, and 20 protein. This is something that I like to have earlier in the day. So I do like to have this as like a meal. Like I'll have this on my way to work if I didn't have time to have breakfast, or when I have like time in between clients and I need to have that nutrition and that meal, but I don't have time to like go out and actually have a meal, you know? So yeah, it's pretty good. 20 grams of protein to 27 grams of carbs. That's generally really good. But I like this because it tastes like dessert. Like it's really, really good. And I'm not into that like no carb thing. It's healthy to have the right amount of carbs and the right amount of protein, but whatever. My point of that whole ramble is that this tastes really, really good. And nutritionally wise, it's good too. Also, I don't think that this has any of that artificial sugar or like the sugar alcohols. I don't think. I can double check. I don't think so. It does have the soy protein, whey protein, stuff like that. It has sugar. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think that this has any sort of sugar alcohol, which is why it does have, it has 14 grams of sugar. So it is pretty up there, but you're not getting any of the sugar alcohols. Anyway, if you don't care about any of that, then ignore this, but I thought I'd mention that. Okay, So that was my May favorites. A little random, a little like kind of all over the place, but try my best to include things that I haven't really talked about before, but that's just what I've been using. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this favorite video. Let me know what products that you liked for the month of May, and if you guys have tried any of these products, or if there's other things that you think I should try, anything you would recommend, please let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and you can subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And as always, be sure to stay happy, you guys.